get ready. You know what I mean? What's up? It's Greg Gray, DopelivenTV. Man, look, I am so happy and thankful that you guys have joined us again today. Check it. The views that are expressed on this DopelivenTV live are not necessarily the views of DopelivenTV or its affiliates. Having said that, welcome. Hey, man, we are streaming on YouTube Live as well. So, in the immortal words of a friend of mine, tell a neighbor, tell a friend. Check us out. All right. So, man, I forgot to do that. We are inspiring this week. We're trying to make sure that we spread the word about entrepreneurs out there, spread the word about their struggle and what it took to get to where they got to. There's a friend of mine, his name is Jamie McGraw. He does a show called This Is Why I'm Here. And he actually does the same thing, basically. He's giving people the opportunity to tell exactly how they got to where they are now in business and professional business and in life. What's going on, Chris Mill?
Yeah, what's going down, bro?
I am chilling, man. How was your holiday?
Oh, it was great, man. Can't complain at all. Can't complain at all. My oldest daughter gave birth to my second grandbaby.
Oh, man.
It was wonderful.
Look at you.
It was wonderful.
Won't he do it?
Yes, sir.
That's the thing, man. And I think we all, throughout this 2020, man, it's been rough, but we all got a lot to be thankful for because we're still here. You know, we're still alive. We're still kicking. Some of us may go through a couple things, man, but we're still here.
Yeah.
So we're still inspiring, man. You know, you and I still haven't told our story.
I got a couple guest people coming on today, so I can tell my story correctly.
Okay. For sure, no problem. I don't think I'm going to tell mine because
you have to, but I'm gonna be short and to the point, so you ain't gonna have no choice but to tell you.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm the facilitator, so
it has to be heard, brother. Gotta be heard, big bro. It gotta be heard, big bro.
But I think I'll do it at a different time. Okay, here's the reason why. Next week I want to. What's going on, Frank Summers? Appreciate you, brother. I want to have a reunion of sorts with the 925 crew, and the story can be told there. Okay, I'm gonna bring on a couple of the guys that were integral parts, producers, guys that had spots on the show, did news, music news, all of that. One guy that's on there, he even he was the locations manager for Empire. After, you know, I think everybody after the show, everybody went on to do some different things, man. But you know, the journey there was not easy. The journey to was not easy. So I think I'm gonna wait till next week, and then we'll tell my story. That's what I'm gonna do.
Most definitely.
Yeah, we made it through another one, man. I started to message everybody and tell them I wanted to do a show yesterday, but I said, you know what, it's Thanksgiving. Let's spend time with the family as much as we can because it's different this year.
Right.
So all in all, it was just a beautiful day and beautiful moments, man. So we did it. We passed it. Another day. Let's get to it, man. So we are talking about not necessarily entrepreneurship, but inspiring other people to be entrepreneurs, to live their dreams out, man. There was a individual that saw the show that I know really well. I ran to him, and they were like, "Well, what if?" And I thought I would ask you this, and I'm glad you came on first. What if they don't have the means, the resources to do what they want to do? You know, I mean, how do they get past that hurdle of not having resources? And I think when they say resources, they talk about money.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it depends on what you're trying to do. See, what people do wrong is a lot of people try to quit their job to follow their dream.
Yep.
And what one of my brothers told me, he's like, never quit income that's coming in to pursue a dream that's not bringing anything.
Trust me, I know that one.
So, I mean, that's one of the situations that a lot of people fall into. They make the jump, but they don't make the jump correctly.
Yeah.
It's like diving. It's like when you're diving, when you jump off a diving board, it's a certain type of way you got to land into the water.
Yeah, because you go flat, boy, you go hurt yourself.
Exactly. And a lot of people do that by quitting their job that's bringing in money to pursue their dream.
Mm-hmm.
So it's ways, but I mean, like nowadays, it all depends on what your gift to gab is. You know what I'm saying? If you have the gift and your family believes in you first, that's where it comes from. First.
Yeah.
And then after that, it goes to friends. After that, it goes to investors. So you have to really know which angle you want to go at with it when you're doing it.
Cool. Hey, man, I'm going to bring Miss Jocelyn Kelly on. What's going on, Jocelyn?
Happy Friday.
Hey, man, I checked her out earlier on Instagram. Her and Dad. That's yesterday.
Oh, it's on IG. I need to check that out.
It was on Instagram. Nice little piece, man. Nice little piece. Very proud of you, and congratulations, Jocelyn. You're still doing your thing. What is that? The almost meat thing. What is that?
Beyond Meat.
Beyond Meat. What is that?
It's almost meat.
It's a plant-based alternative to meat.
Is that something that Dame is pushing?
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to be a vegetarian now, quote unquote.
He said that he had been vegan, but since his fiance had the baby while she was pregnant, he was vegetarian. So he did the eggs and the cheeses. But since the baby's now here, he's working on reestablishing being a vegan.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Power to him, but you did a fantastic job. I watched it. Well, not in its entirety, because when the other lady came on, I cut it off. But I got the gist of it. One question for you, Jocelyn: why you didn't call me to do the film so that I can film it up for you?
Man, that somebody called today asking, saying that they wanted to do something for Christmas, and I look like a deer in headlights. I'm like, no. And she asked how long it took us to put it together. And I said, I got the call about 2.5 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I am so tired right now, I can't see straight.
Oh, yeah, you have 400 people?
400? We put together 450 dinners.
Nice.
It was really cool because it was a collaborative effort. Right. Senator Melton really wanted us to, first of all, address, be able to feed the community, but he wanted me to engage as many businesses as possible. And so we were able to get some financial support from NIPSCO in the way that I positioned it to the business owners, especially during this time of year. A lot of people come after us and they ask us for stuff. And we were in a great position to say, come on board, help us out. We're going to push your brand, and then we're going to also give you a stipend. So that was really huge for me, because I know what it's like for people to keep showing up at your door asking, can you do this? Can you give us this? And nothing in hand. And a lot of people who do it, you've never seen them spend $1 in your establishment, but they're constantly asking for you to invest in them and their mission, but they haven't had the decency to invest in what gives you the means to provide for them. So in other words, long story short, Greg, because I'll go on and on and on. I ain't had time to think about it, or else I would.
Well, that's cool. I mean, the thing is that you did it. It's done. It was successful. It helped people. There's a lot of people out there. I mean, I guess you would know more than I would, but there's a lot of people out there that can't afford to get Thanksgiving dinner. That they probably don't even live in a house.
Well,
And
I mean, take it even that much further. We're in COVID, so there were people who came through the line that I personally know,
mhm,
and they have very close relationships with their parents and family, and those people are gone. And so I know years past, somebody probably said, well, come have dinner with us. Those people are not getting those invitations. And they also are probably those individuals who don't know how to cook or don't have, and at least this gave them some semblance of a decent food, because we're talking about established restaurants and chefs to put these meals together. So
right. But that's a beautiful thing. And like I said, and you just made a point, and I want to ask you, and you, Chris, too, as well, how you feel about that, because you just said you saw somebody in the line who you knew.
mhm.
Okay, I kind of, there's a couple of times I've seen people that I know that were down in their luck and this and that. Okay, the same as we came from the same spot, came to the same place, but they came to see me because of the celebrity. And yeah, I say that too. But in their eyes, that's what you are. Okay, and there's no if and buts about it. But how do you feel when you see somebody that you know who who's looking up to you, who's saying, okay, hey, I'm so proud of you, I'm so proud of you, I'm so proud of you, but they're hurting. They're still in the same spot they were. Chris,
For the grace of God, there go I. For the grace of God, there go I.
Chris, how you feel about that?
I mean, sometimes it'll be a good thing, sometimes it'll be a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason I say that is because once they see you around, so that's been my well, I ain't gonna say downfall, but that's been my hurdle I've been trying to get over since getting into this entertainment thing.
Absolutely.
There's people they see me around. You know what I'm saying? They hang around me just because I have connections to those people.
And see, you can't. And I think even in Chris and I are in the same position, Rosin, but even in your position, you can't save everybody.
Okay.
And then again, there's some people who, like Jocelyn kind of alluded to, they want something for nothing. You know what I'm saying? And we got to weed them out. And that's part of living. That's part of going through that process of what we've been talking about all through the week. Getting to a point in our lives where we go through something to get to something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say another thing. Just because you have money, when people ask you for money, you don't have to say yes all the time.
Exactly.
Overflow.
There you go. There you go.
Sometimes they try to say, well, you got it, but you don't know what I have.
Or what it took to get it.
Yeah, exactly. Right. What is spare change?
I'm still trying to figure that out.
I'm just
what's what?
Spare change.
Like a spare rib, a piece of rib that's from the original rib.
I still ain't giving that up either.
Right.
You feel?
That's one of the best parts, the spare part. I ain't got to do no tearing.
But Greg, going back to something you just said a few minutes ago, it's not our job to figure it out who's authentic and who's not.
Mm-hmm.
I treat people as angels, entertaining angels unaware. Now, being in the position where I am, I have to be careful with stray cats. And we do it one day, then you back at my door the next day.
Exactly.
So you have, and being, square about it. This ain't it. But in the same vein, let me tell you about something that happened Wednesday. Mm-hmm. So I'm running around trying to get everything ready for Thursday, right? And somebody called the restaurant, left a message, and they were like, somebody's trying to reach you. I'm like, okay, I'll get to them when I can. Well, this person was so adamant about getting a hold of me. They went through Facebook, they went through Messenger, they found my cell phone number, they started texting me. Long story short, she gifted us a nice bit of money and said I want you to use this for Thanksgiving to bless some folks. So I kind of went back and forth to how I would use it. And so what I did was I told my staff when we opened up, I said, everybody comes in up to this amount, let them place their order, give them their totals. And then when they get here, let them know Happy Thanksgiving and someone had taken care of their meals. And so now, mind you, I'm being everywhere yesterday and I called to check in. And I said, Keisha, what's going on? She's like, girl, you will not understand. Our tip jar is like at $200. And it was like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the morning. Now, mind you, we opened up at 8.
Right.
And so I was like, okay. She said, but nobody's eating in. I said, oh, okay. So then I said, well, how is it going? What's the reaction from people not having to pay? And she's like, oddly enough, they're like, no. And then they turn around and say, well, we're going to put it in here. And what happened is, even beyond whatever their bill was, they were coming back putting more money in there. Now, just take into consideration, I had 3 people on staff yesterday. Our day yesterday was busier, equivalent as a Sunday, which is
busy,
unknown to me, because usually holidays I won't open up because we don't clear $200. So our busiest day of the week, we cleared that on a short day, not even the full amount of time. And she said, well, I don't understand. I said, well, I don't know if it's pandemic or whatever the case may be. But then I took a portion of what I had already had in my mind, a portion of what the young lady had given. I was going to split it among the staff. My babies walked out with over $100 in tips each yesterday.
Oh, that's what's up.
Just think about how that impacts a family.
Yeah.
That's tremendous. I mean,
shouts out to Lamisha. Watch. That's not your last name, Jackson. Thank you. Bless you. Blessings and love.
All day, every day. And see, that's part of. And as you tell these stories, and Chris, as you tell, the stories that you tell, this is what I really want our audience to see. It ain't all rosy sometimes, but then again, you get your role at the least expected moments at the least expected times, all right? And you cherish those moments. You hold on to them. You can talk about them. It's rare sometimes because we're so mired in the day-to-day activities that we do that we can't always see the I say the apparent blessings that come our way, okay, as entrepreneurs. But they happen. We still here. Like I told at the beginning of the show, 2020's been a bitch, man. But we still here.
Yeah.
Greater vision.
Greater vision. I always say, things don't just happen. they happen justly. That's what I always say.
Sure, we'll go with it today.
We'll go with it today.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Happy New Year.
Check out my new mug. Can you see it?
Look at, I'll do it. Yeah.
That's my motto.
Who's the quote? Who's the quote by?
Hold on, let me find the camera again.
I was about to say it should be by Chris. That's been my motto for a minute.
Now, recognize, what did it say?
I can't see it. Bring it up. Bring it to the
Black women.
Yeah.
Oh, Black women. Okay. Hey, I lost what I was going to say. Oh well. That's the first time. Okay, the first two times. The first two. That's what I was going to say. God, dog. But anyway.
Ludine and I came up with a topic for a show. What do people say about you when you leave a room?
I don't know. I ain't there.
You know what, Chris? He just started on his next concert, a comedy show, huh? Hope you do better you do better than Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart's thing was funny. I don't care what nobody says.
It was.
Sorry, bro. It was hilarious. You gotta dig into the storyteller. That's what it is. Hey, because I watched Tears again. I watched Dr. Coles again. And then I watched Larry the Cable Guy. I don't know. I think I'm the only black person to think Larry the Cable Guy is hilarious.
He's funny. If you put the three of those and put them up there, Dr. Coles.
I think Larry the Cable Guy would be the funniest.
Yeah,
It depends on what the audience is too, though.
What do y'all think about Dave Chappelle?
Yeah,
it's the funniest.
He is the funniest, but
why is he so funny though?
Did you see what's happening?
Because he's intelligent. He does intelligent comedy. That's why I love Dave Chappelle. He's been that way when he first started, people was like, he's not funny. I was like, if you're not getting what he's saying, you need to go read some books because it's hilarious.
Right. But did you see what Dave Chappelle's talking about now? He had his program taken off of Netflix.
Yes. He called Netflix and said, y'all ain't paying me. Can we just in good faith, it doesn't make me feel good that I'm not getting paid and y'all playing it. And Netflix said, word, we take it down. That's
but you know that where that came from because they paid him all that money to do those stand-ups.
I get it. I get it, but it's just respect.
So they was loyal to him. Instead of Comedy Central that owns it and sent it over to him.
Yeah.
Like Summer says he went to sleep on Kevin Hart.
I mean, you got to get into it.
Man, look, I watched it twice, not because I liked it. I just wanted to try to give it a break. I couldn't do it, man. It wasn't.
I mean, I think it's because people not used to Kevin not giving zero. You know what I'm saying? They're used to him being the childish, care about, watch what he say, and he just went straight in. That's the reason why I like it.
There were a couple of moments, but it just wasn't the other Kevin Hart's things were funny. It had me on the floor. I'm telling you, this one, it had me falling, not out laughter. It had me falling. I'm like, Kevin, come on, dude.
But and then people have to take in consideration life experiences changes you too. Changes your perspective, changes your outlook.
It's like being a rapper. You can't rap about the same thing or talk about the same thing you was talking about when you first got in.
Just like if you married, you can't talk about the same shit you talked about when you single.
Right.
And that's all part of that journey too, man.
Yeah.
In real life.
I mean, it's the personal part as well as everything because we got to mix trying to make our dream come true with like you said, Josh, in real life. And people can't do it. I know I had a hard time doing it, man. And Chris, you were right about that. You can't quit your job thinking that it's going. I quit my job at Motorola.
Yeah, quit your job to pursue your career.
Yeah,
that's the money that's coming in.
I guess I quit one time and then I let it get the best of me. But the last time I got fired, and that emancipation was the best thing that could have ever happened.
Well, I mean, sometimes those are different because sometimes when you get fired, and sometimes when you do quit, you got money saved up where you can go chase your dreams.
Have you ever met?
There's a lot of people that's living paycheck to paycheck to quit their jobs to try to pursue their dreams.
Well, I'm going to say, as a person who was living paycheck to paycheck, in all of the situations where I left and pursued my dream, as long as I stay focused on that dream, I was good. You can't. The Bible says succinctly, you can't serve two masters. And so therefore, if you have it in your spirit and you've been given that vision, that vision can't come into his all if you over here serving this other master going to this job because you are cheating on your dream. Now, I realize that everybody is not built up with all the functionality of a Jocelyn. Because I am a type A personality with a strong theoretical, I got to make the pieces fit. And if they don't fit, I'm going to keep twisting until they get there. Now, there are a lot of people out there who are not built for it. But those who are built for it and totally believe in it don't have no plan B. And just don't do the shit.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, it's certain situations, like you said earlier, G, that they see the dream through somebody else's lenses and try to do it themselves because they see that person did it.
Yep.
And think they can do it also.
Right.
Because some of the times it's not their dreams. They saying, I call it the copycat dream. Because they see somebody else do it, they be like, oh, I can do that too. Not knowing that the person actually studied, researched, and did everything that was supposed to do.
Right. There was somebody, it was a girl. I think she's a comedian or a YouTube influencer or something. And she was in her car and she was talking about how she wanted to start this business. And she called somebody. She was like, how dare they not talk to me or help me figure this out? And da 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 da. And she just went on and on and on. And I took a step back because I've had people call and get mad that I wouldn't do the work for them.
Right.
And that, I always say people want to eat the cake, but they're not willing to do what it takes to bake the cake.
Don't want to be what? Don't want to be anime. Don't want to be anime. Eat the cake, anime.
Well, I mean, the bottom line of it is that you got to put your work in. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a couple of days you were talking about we all got a story. And God has gifted those with these stories, those testimonies, the tests that afforded us these testimonies for a reason.
Yeah.
Had I been given what I've been given at this point in my life 10 years ago, it would have been no good.
But no good.
No good.
And hey, let's welcome Alicia to the show. Alicia Bird.
Hey, Alicia. Looking like Sade.
Right there. That's
Alicia. Thank you. I take that as a compliment.
It is.
That's my sister and the owner and founder of Keon.
All right. I'm gonna let you do the interview.
Well, don't let me do the interview. No,
I'm just here to chat. He knows everything. Just ask anything.
I got a story. To tell.
You know, first of all, welcome to the DopelivenTV Live. Appreciate you coming on.
My pleasure.
So tell us a little bit about your business.
Well, I am a former model and broadcast producer.
Shut up, Greg.
Thank you. I guess Keon started basically initially out of necessity and became more driven out of my own personal vanity because I started seeing myself age and I wasn't real happy about it. And I didn't want to go the route of everyone else. Let me put it this way. I had considered going to get liposuction. I had considered going and getting a facelift and all that. I turned 55 in July.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Yeah, 55. And I was like, no, there's no reason for me to ever age half a minute. So I was fighting the aging process. And when I created Keon,
hey, doggy.
This is the child. When I created Keon, it was because my fiance was very sick, and that's how I started the hair and skincare products. And from there, like I said, probably within 7 or 8 months, I started noticing me going through the natural aging process, and I wasn't happy. So Keon, which means keeping it all natural, was born. We tried all the over-the-counter stuff for his skin, nothing worked. His hair, nothing worked. By the time I got around to my vanity, I had a double chin. I started getting bands under my neck. I started not being happy with the way my body looked. And I said, I got to do something. So I spoke to a couple of plastic surgeons. Why are you hiding your face?
Because you said everything. I'm like, I hear.
Oh, I got you though. I got a solution. There's a solution.
Okay, well, come on then.
She got somebody else's self-esteem.
You know, everything starts from the inside. I can honestly and truly say that. Everything starts from the inside. I had to take an emotional, spiritual look at myself. Not just from a vanity perspective, because with vanity, I mean, I'm not conceited by any stretch of imagination, but I modeled from the time I was 13. I did my last modeling job at 45. So I was more than aware of all the things that you can do to yourself. I'm not a big fan of what these young ladies run around doing to their bodies, because there is an alternative. We want to hurry up and get there quickly, but it's really not a quick fix. I had considered liposuction and a facelift. And every doctor I went to, they were like, you crazy. Why don't you just go to the gym and eat right? And I was like, well, you got a point. Save a lot of money and a lot of pain. And I started investigating a few options. And one of the things was this machine that I got from Italy, Icon. And Icon does this body sculpting, facelifts, you know, really regenerating the cells in the skin. And it makes you feel amazing. It's a lymphatic drainage machine. So I started on this journey. When I started the journey, my fiance was alive. He's now deceased. It's over a year now, Chris, isn't it? A little over a year.
Yes.
So I went through a lot. I mean, my mother passed away first, and then he passed away. So I had to really take a spiritual journey and look at myself on the inside and how I wanted to age. After watching these two people, both of them passed in my arms, both of them took their last breath with me, it really enlightened me as to how and what I needed to do for myself. And I also realized that I'm a natural healer and I wanted to help other people. Now, I'm not saying don't use other alternatives. I'm saying anything that you do to your face or your body, do safely. Anything that you do to your face or your body, be educated. Don't accept just what a doctor says to you, because the doctor is there to make his money. When it comes to plastic surgery, everybody gets the standard BBL, Brazilian butt lift. They get the standard liposuction. So when you come to me, my goal is to make you look the way, or help you look the way you want to look. But I also try to educate you with keeping it all natural. I have young ladies. My clients range from 22. I think my youngest is about 22, and my oldest is about 77. And they come for various reasons. They come because I educate them. They come because they look great, feel great after. I've taught them about the lymphatic system. All of these things I've had to learn myself. And I heard you speaking earlier, just about putting the work in. I put the work in. I mean, I started a business at 19. I started modeling at 13. Life experience is wonderful, but you really got to know what you're doing. You really have to study. You really have to have passion. I have two goddaughters. One's 23 and one's 28. I tell them, look, Auntie don't give you anything but knowledge. I'll educate you. I'll buy you little things, but I'm going to educate you. And the first thing I told them is, look, you need to learn how to take care of yourself, and you need to find out what is your passion. If you're going to work a job for someone else and you're working yourself to the bone, whether or not it's for minimum wage or even a decent salary, if it's not your passion, that's not their fault. It's not the system's fault. They're going to use you for what they can get from you. You got to go out and you got to break your back. I mean, my business, I'm working 7 days a week. I love,
and that's my choice.
I do. I love it. I don't work. I live. I live my passion. Like, this is when I'm in the lab and making my skincare, my hair care, and my hair is my own. I grew this out my scalp. This is not.
You're saying where are you from? Where are you living now?
I live in Miami now.
So you're saying there's not a bald pony in Miami from your hair. That's real, huh? Okay.
This is my hair.
Okay. All right.
That was a little thinner because there is a thing called menopause. If you got a little something going up there, I can help you out. I'm right now. I am smack in the middle of menopause. I'm not supposed to look like this according to what doctors say. You know, we fall for, and I've lived with a doctor. My fiance passed away, was a doctor. And I spoke with him almost to the day he died about how he took care of himself, because he was a DO. So part of him believed in natural things, but then the other part was that, let me give you a pill for it. So I'm all about not just selling your product, because I love what I do. And of course I have to earn a living and I have to live, not just get some coins. I want to live well. But at the same time, I care about my clients. I give part of me. Any new client that comes to me, whether it's through my shop online or my spa, they know me.
So
they get a phone call from me.
Let me ask you this. So you have a passion for this right now, but when did this passion start, or has it always been a passion for you?
Well, I mean, being in the fashion industry or being in the beauty industry since I was 13, my mother used to pop little capsules of vitamin E and put it on her skin. I think I read it was called The Vitamin Book. Was about that thick, little tiny book, but that thick. And I probably read that cover to cover by the time I was 15. So I always cared about taking care of myself based on my mother. When my mother passed away at 84, she looked amazing. She didn't have any wrinkles on her face. She had a facelift, but that wasn't why she had the facelift. It had nothing to do with wrinkles. She had a big double chin. I've had no facelift. She had a big double chin, and she said, "I was born with it, but I'm not leaving with it." I said, "Okay, Mama." She was 77 when she did that. So when people talk to me about, oh, you got great genes. Yes, but I have to wear my jeans well, and I have to take care of my jeans, because if I don't take care of them, it doesn't matter. It's like having a real pair of jeans. If you don't take care of those jeans and wash them right and do all the stuff you need to do to them, they're not going to last that long. Same thing with my physical jeans, in my opinion, of how I feel about myself. If I don't take care of my inside, my outside is going to show that.
Yeah.
Getting fat, whether or not it's from getting fine lines and wrinkles, how much gray hair I have. I mean, everything shows on the outside. So I'm very passionate about it, not just for myself, but to help other people learn what they can do for themselves to be the best that they can be. I just give them a little guidance,
As you're in this, I mean, it's not necessarily cosmetics, right? It's
well,
treatment.
It's what my company is about is beauty and wellness. So I call it a spa only because that's what people understand at the moment. With COVID, people are thinking more about wellness, but it's the same thing. Like when you get diabetes or high blood pressure or your hair falls out, you don't think about it until it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're running around looking for a treatment. For me, I'm about preventative. I'm about let's be healthy, because health is wealth as far as I'm concerned. If I'm not healthy, I can't make my money. I can't live richly, and not just financially. I can't live my best life ever if I'm not healthy. So I do my best not to stress, because stress causes cortisol. When your cortisol levels rise, you start to gain weight, you feel fatigue. So I don't play that. Like, I might stress for 5 minutes, maybe 10. If you get me up to 15, somebody's got a problem.
And it ain't you, right? Right. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to give I've learned at this age not to give my power away.
Mm-hmm.
Because as soon as I get off my game, that means I've allowed someone else to control my power.
Facts.
These young ladies that run around and they go, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying know what you're doing to your body. Because they end up with me. They end up, instead of starting with me, a lot of them end up with me. Because it takes almost a year for a surgery like that, any type of cosmetic surgery, plastic surgery that you have, it takes about a year for it to settle down. I have people that come and they're so saying, oh my God, I can't lay down. I can't lay on my butt. I can't lay on my side. No, I want to roll all over my bed if that's what I want to do. I work out. I eat fruits and vegetables. I drink lots of water. I do all the things that I have to do inside so that I don't have to go through plastic surgery. Now, I'm gonna get my moves done. Maybe. Probably. But my sister is my personal preference. And when they married me.
What time is it, Chris?
It's almost. We got 7 minutes.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
So that's one thing that I'm considering, but I've been talking about that since I was 25 and it hasn't happened.
Why though? Why would you do that?
Because it's just a personal preference. I mean, they all right, but so I understand. Okay,
it's okay, Chris.
Chris is like, my son is crazy. Yeah, I'm a little crazy. I got 55 years old. Like,
hey, you're on the right show to be a little crazy. Trust me.
Okay, because he's like, oh my God, this is the thing. But I mean, I guess for me, if anyone is watching this and they have a passion and they want to do something that you want to make money on it, the best way to make money is the way you feel and what you love and what you're passionate about. That's what I've taught my goddaughter. They both have businesses now. I'm like, I'll buy you anything you want, but you gonna earn it. You gonna do what I do. I started working at 13.
Alicia, our mission is inspiring positivity through love, doing what we love, where we love, for the people we love.
Exactly. Exactly. And I think the younger generation doesn't get it. Hopefully one day we will.
But the thing of it is that the younger us, when we were younger, did we necessarily get it or have it? No. But life has
No,
delivered
my
us.
great grandmama raised me. Wait. My great grandmama
Okay,
raised
I can only speak for myself. I ain't have it.
Okay.
I
My
ain't
great
have it.
grandmother raised me. I was working at 13. By the time I was 17, I was out the house. I had an apartment and a car and worked and went to
Don't
school.
get me wrong. Now
And
I had the
wait,
stuff, but I didn't have it
been
all
overseas,
together.
right? Sis? And been overseas,
Good.
right?
Huh, Chris?
I said, and been overseas.
Oh, a couple times. I mean, it's really more about I fake the funk well. So I understand what you're saying, Austin, about having it all together. I had it together enough that I took care of myself. I learned something every day. At this age, I learned something every day. I'm not going to have it all together until they bury me.
There you go.
But
Hey,
as long as I wake up and I'm 6 feet up instead of 6 feet down, I'm open to learning.
Right.
Absolutely. Hey, we're talking about entrepreneurship and what it took to get there, the trials and tribulations, the ups and downs. Hey, let me ask you, Alicia.
Alicia.
Thank you, ma'am.
Chris, I'm looking at you. Anyway,
hey, I'm surprised she didn't correct you.
She being nice. But
She already did it once.
She let you get by with it one time. That's how she do it.
Okay, Alicia.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So when people are when you're mentoring, when people are asking questions, what are some of the hardest questions for you to answer? Was that one of them?
I had a young lady come in and she was overweight. She came in with her friends. And I just started talking to her and I got on my soapbox and she asked me, how do I get past it? She had tried to commit suicide twice. Both of her died. And it wasn't the first time that I've had people with me that end up breaking down and crying. Because you're here not just to get a service, but to get an experience. And if I can touch a person's life and help them get past something that is bothering them, that's a pleasure for me. And I think the hardest question that I've ever had was, how do I get to the next level? How do there's people on the pit like you? I mean, it's backbreaking. It's a journey. Life is a major trip from the time you get up to the time you go to bed for everyone. Everyone handles it differently. But the one thing I tell people is you gotta have a great relationship with me, with myself. And once you learn to love and embrace those things, all things in life are possible.
Absolutely.
And of course, with the Almighty. God first.
Alicia, I'll throw this to you. I don't know if anybody has thanked you or congratulated you, but something that my discernment is, I appreciate your empathy. That is a lost element in our culture. So from the stories that you're telling, I applaud you for practicing empathy, not necessarily coming from a place of judgment. You've I don't know you, but just by the stories that you've presented this afternoon, this evening, has predicated that you encourage folks by being empathetic to their struggles. That you're not just selling a product or a good, but like you said, you're selling an experience, and that experience is being able to identify and respect where people are coming from, as opposed to, you ought to do this. You need to look like this. You could look like me if this, that, and the other. But the fact that you are confident enough, but also open enough to respect where people are coming from and address them where they are, I applaud you.
Thank you. I mean, it's about restoration. You know what I mean? You can be down, you can laugh and joke 1 minute and then be sad and cry the next. I've been through all the things. I mean, I lost 2 people in my life 10 and a half months apart, both in my arms. So I don't think a lot of people have had that experience, but I can tell you from me experiencing that at this age in my life, I want everyone to be the best people they can be. Be the best people. Everyone's got a story. Everybody says, "Oh, I went through that, blah blah blah." If I went through my whole life story, some people would be like, "Let me slip my wrist now." But you know what? God blesses me to wake up every day and gives me another opportunity to make better and do better that next day.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Hey, Carl Ramsey, a loyal listener, he says, I don't know about the music business, but he knows that you must love your craft, be passionate, and put in work. If it's your God-given gift, the journey will be rewarding.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Thanks,
Absolutely. So,
Yep.
Alicia.
Yes, sir. Right.
Jocelyn. Alicia. You know, so with what you're in, she's not in the music business, Carl. She's in the she's more of the
Health and wellness, beauty and wellness.
Beauty and
I've
wellness.
been in the music business though.
Oh, did you? Would you sing?
No, I used to do artist development. Britney Spears is one of my clients. I have Britney Spears as a client.
Well, let's talk about Britney Spears. She cut her hair all off. She flashed. Did you help her with that?
No, I was before that. So let me say this. She's a very talented young lady.
Very.
She's very underestimated. By the time she got to the labels, they had dumbed her down. They made her bubble gum. She could sing like nobody's business. I feel bad to this day that I didn't stay on board. I turned it down because I was like, no, she's a teenager. I can see me strangling a teenager with a menstrual cycle. And I knew she was going to be hard, but it just really that wasn't my passion. My passion was to help her grow. I don't know if you saw her first video when she did the ponytails and the schoolgirl outfit. That was the video that I created for her. The music business for me was a little bit too crazy, even though Chris knows. I mean, we've done projects together. I used to do concerts for the military for about 12 years. So I've worked with everybody from Patti LaBelle to Lone Star Country. But any business that you're in, you have to have passion, no matter what. You have to love what you're doing. Some people just go and chase the bag. That's not it. At the end of the day, it's not it. Chasing the bag might get you in the grave.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, welcome Gina to the show, everybody.
Hi, Gina.
Gina playing hide and seek.
I see. Gina, we can't see you.
She'll be on.
She got a name for herself. See that?
She is. Hi, Gina.
She had to do an introduction.
Yeah.
First,
the best of.
Gina, we got Alicia here with us. Talking about her journey. Okay, she's health and wellness and beauty, and she has her own hair too.
I have my own what?
Hair.
Oh yes, my own hair. Yes.
Yeah. What think I said?
I thought you said mirror. I'm like, do I for real?
No. Your own hair.
My own hair. My own nails. My own teeth.
And another thing, my sister, she's modest about. She was the first person in Philadelphia, well, the first female woman in Philadelphia that ran her own studio.
Nice.
So yeah, I was in the music business. I had 7,000 square foot recording studio and soundstage. Yes.
Did Jill run through there?
Did I what?
Did Jill run through there? Jilly from Philly?
Oh yeah, I know all of them.
I
used to model for Eve's father.
Yeah, you now you know why I'm so much in love with Jill Scott.
I said I crush.
I like Jill Scott, and I haven't even met her yet.
I mean, I've been to her concerts. I feel like she's my sister in my head. We could just
poetry.
Okay.
Mary Blige. I was in the basement with Mary before Mary was Mary.
Oh, so you went through the KC drama.
Well, Mary was on Mary.
Mary on the block. Mary from the block.
Yeah.
The four?
Did you turn her on to the boot she can't walk in?
Say again.
I was being messy. I said, did you turn her on to the boot she can't walk and dance in?
Okay.
I'm being funny. I'm just being
Mary J.
No disrespect.
Mary J. went through I used to Well, that's how I ended up working with Britney Spears. I used to do artist development. She worked with Angela Ellerby. Angela Ellerby was my mentor.
Cool.
So Angelo was in New York. I was in Philly. I took his crumb. So, you know what I mean? And Britney Spears actually came out of Philadelphia when she got signed.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up.
She came out of the studio there. I was around.
So how did you end up in Miami?
Because I got married right before 40 and lived in Toronto, and it was cold as hell. So when I left that cold and left him, I went to the hottest place I could find, and it was Miami.
Okay. Respect.
And I've been here 11 years. I'm signing my 11-year lease this year.
Carl said you're definitely a beauty.
He was talking about me, Alicia.
Deanna, what's up, guys? Alicia, Alicia, I'm sorry. Have you come up against a lot of obstacles as you were trying to come up? You know, anything that made you at least get to the point to say, man, I don't know if this is going to be worth it.
I think my hardest journey was initially with myself, being biracial, whatever, multi-ethnic, whatever.
No, you know, red bone.
No, my mama was a red bone. I got blessed and got a little color. She was the light bright. But I think that journey was the first part of my life that was really the hardest. And I can tell you, I just recently had an experience, Chris doesn't even know this, that really reminded me that there's racism and
I heard about it. I heard about it.
Yeah, I can't say too much about it, but I did not realize that, I guess because I blocked it out personally, and I always just looked at myself as a person of color. When I lived in the black neighborhood, they called me white girl. When I lived in the white neighborhood, you know what they called me. Mm-hmm. So it took years. I don't think I got comfortable with myself, even with modeling. And I was making money as a model. But that was really just my alter ego. It didn't have anything to do with my personal self-esteem. You know, it had nothing to do with how I looked at me. Because even now, and this is one of the things I try and educate young men. I have male clients as well. I have male models that come to me, and I try to tell them, it's not what everyone else sees, it's what you prefer. Nobody else matters. Yeah. When you look in the mirror, you have to be happy with what you see. And when you look in that mirror, you have to be happy with the person that looks back at you. So
what do you see when you look in the mirror?
I see a person that learns something every day and someone that's striving to be a better person every day.
Okay,
I see my scars, but I don't let them affect me as how I go forward. Mm-hmm. I use them as an education and as a platform to not make that mistake again. I use that as, oh, hell no, I'm just glancing because I know that those experiences are there, but that's not what's driving you.
That's not what defines you. Yep.
Nope. Not at all. Not at all.
That's what's up. I mean, I was hoping that our regular, I'll call her student, Nicole, came on here, but that you have a very interesting story. And again, as we've been talking about all week, you have an unconventional occupation as well. You know, each of us have unconventional occupations, and I'll briefly say, when you go to, because I speak a lot, when you go to a place to speak, you ask your crowd, what do you want to be when you grow up, especially the young people? They say doctors, they say lawyers, they say policemen, firemen, okay? They don't say models or record producers, restaurateurs, okay, or television personalities. They say those conventional ones. And to succeed and to do well in an unconventional occupation is an amazing blessing from God, trust me.
Well, I made this one up.
But you know what, Greg? The reason why they're limited is due to exposure. Mm-hmm. If they have the benefit of being exposed to as many opportunities in life as they are, then they will be more advantageous and more willing to say, you know what, I want to be whatever. And I told this story before. My last official job, I worked in a school, and one of the students got a full scholarship to Stillman College in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Yeah.
And the mother said, well, she can't go because I couldn't go anywhere. And that is, if I expose the student, I also have to expose the parent,
Right.
because I can pour into those kids constantly. But if there is a bigger obstacle, being their parents, then I have obstructed. I am so grateful for the parents that I had. I have, because I never
Education is
forget.
key.
Yeah, because I never forget when I got into a fight in the 8th grade, and my mom pulled me to the side. She's like, "You're not living up to your potential," and I'm like, "Whatever." And she's like, "You're not going back to public school." Well, at that point in time, my friends are older, so they were at Andrean.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, I ain't going to Andrean either. And this was around Facts of Life and A Different World and all that stuff was on. I was like, well, I'm going to boarding school. And in Chicago, they had a program called A Better Chance. And so every Thursday, we go over to the Chicago Urban League office, and they would help us with the paperwork to go to like Choate, Rosemary, and all those schools on the East Coast. Well, my mom always, as a mother, would be 4 steps ahead of you one Saturday afternoon. She's like, come on here. We about to take a ride. And she took me to Culver, Indiana. And I experienced Cobra Girls Academy, which is part of Cobra Military Academy. And so I ended up spending my freshman and sophomore year at the boarding school. Some things happened, and I didn't want to necessarily go back to the school. So I did the next thing, and I was an exchange student. And just imagine if my parents were not worldly, if they did not have that exposure, how that would have negatively impacted the woman I am today. So all that to say is, we can't necessarily discredit kids, but we have to do a better job by exposing them, and also getting parents better exposure to opportunities that exist that are beyond the 4 walls that they are accustomed to.
Can I say this? I don't think it's just giving them exposure. I think it's not just exposure. I think it's exposing them to better, different things. Because these kids now, Instagram, if it's not on Instagram on the internet, you know, it doesn't mean anything. It's not important, or it can't be right. The internet is our kids. It's sad. I mean, I remember when I was married, my ex-husband's daughter was 12 years old, and she had a big fight with her girlfriend. I'm like, but you've been in the house all day. Oh, we were fighting on my text message. I'm like, well, you have no interpersonal skills. Why don't y'all go have a fight? I'd rather you go have a fight, because at least you know in the real world what you're gonna get into if you cross the wrong person. So go have an argument. How do you argue by text message? How do you interact by text message? I mean, all this fake stuff with girls sticking their butts out and logos, and that's what's even with 2-year-olds. You got 2-year-olds that go to a restaurant with their parents, and instead of their parents being involved with them, they're involved on their phone,
right?
Talking to whoever. Their kids are on their phone. There's no interaction. There's no family units anymore. You got to be involved with your children to expose them.
Right.
A lot of parents, shouldn't say most, but a lot of parents aren't involved with their children anymore. My grandmother, I was raised by my great-grandparents. My great-grandmother was 55 years old. My grandfather was 70 years old when I was born. And let me tell you, they weren't very involved. They could tell you, oh, she was school, and that was one time in my life. My whole neighborhood showed up at my house when I hooky schooled that one time, because they were involved. And all they had to do was to sit on their porch, not sit on the internet. And I'm a culprit, and I know Chris is, and everybody here, we look at our phones. But I'm involved. When I'm downstairs and I'm working with my clients, I'd rather have a conversation with my clients than sit on my phone.
Yeah.
And what we have to do, we have to get our kids out of the normal. And the normal is entertainment, sports, and things like that. It's and much more than
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, it's much more in the world than that.
So how do we get out of that though, Chris?
Huh?
How do we get them out of that?
I don't think you have to necessarily get them out of it. I think you have to expose them to all of it that's involved with it.
But see,
Yeah,
at least
because my first.
we in a
say my first 10 years of adulthood. Well, I can't even say of adulthood since I was 16. Since I was 16, my whole life was entertainment for like 10, 15 years. And I didn't start thinking outside the box till I got into my 30s.
But see, here's my thing. We're living in an age right now, because we're older now, but we're living in an age where these kids think they know everything.
Everything. They're entitled to everything. And they're entitled to everything.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. And that's when I say, how do we get through to them? You know?
I tell you, my grandmama would say, get a belt.
So we're gonna walk down the street and just slap it, just pop every little kid, man.
That's how we was raised.
Hey, we're gonna do a pootie tang run. We're gonna do a pootie tang run. Just swap your eye.
That's how we was raised.
When I got in trouble and I come home, grandma say black or brown. I'll be like, damn, what did I do?
And that's the thing. Like, we have to, well, I can't say us as parents, but parents have to be able to educate themselves so they can educate their kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta pay attention to what your kids are doing too.
Yeah, it has to be a hey, tell Lex to get on, man, and quit playing so I can tell my story.
Danny Black, you need to get on here, man. You need to get on.
It was supposed to be a surprise, but he keep coming. So but we have to really expand ourselves to expand the next generation. And what they say is that I can't say y'all, but my generation is the generation that messed it up for this new generation. Because we would like forget y'all.
Catching up, bro. You gonna be in them 5 soon. You catching up.
He would. Hey, Danny Metcalf says he would say we have to expose kids to different cultures. Kids only know about what they are. Right? Hey, look, little bro.
I agree.
I'm not gonna be reading your comments. You need to come on here. I'm sorry. I'm getting ready to send him a invite.
I sent it to him. I sent him everything.
I did earlier too.
Yeah, I showed him how to get on and everything, so I can go and tell my story.
He playing, man. He playing. That's all right. So at least I do agree with you.
Real quick, G. If Ludine get on real quick. If she can.
Yeah, she just said hello.
Yeah, if she can get on.
Gina was having problems with her connection, so.
Oh, okay.
We got a few more minutes. We good. And Alicia, I do. Hey, look, we thank you.
It's not her name.
Alicia, we thank you. The boy.
Thank you, Greg.
Send him the invite. He can't find it. You got me, Craig?
Yeah, I'll send it over.
All right.
I appreciate you guys doing the show, and I hope we have some young people watching.
We do.
That it's hard work. You got to work for anything that you get, whether or not it's if you pursue a business in beauty, lashes, hair, spa, whatever. If it's what you love to do, go for it. Work your ass off like everybody else, because what you won't do, somebody else will.
Mm-hmm. In real life.
We always got the kids watching. They just don't pop on, okay? One day I'm just going to have a kids forum. Well, I don't want to call them kids either. You know what I mean? I want to
younger generation.
Younger generation forum.
Yeah. What are they, Gen Z? Are they Gen Z now?
You bring it millennials back.
I'm gonna bring Teen.
No, it's not the millennials.
They're not millennials anymore.
No, it's not millennials anymore. It's the Y generation. I think we're at Z now. I have to look it up, but I think we're
so
Z.
The millennial generation is the generation now that's pretty much messing up. That's in their 20s, 25.
Late 20s, early 30s, I think, are the millennials.
I call them knucklehead. Hey, let's welcome Danny Black to the show.
Big bro.
Hey, Danny Black.
What up, man?
What's going on, man?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Sir.
Look, Danny,
never did this.
Danny, her name is Alicia. If you mention her name, say it right. Please say it right the first
Alicia.
time. Say it right
Alicia,
the first time.
nice to meet you, Daniel.
Or else you're gonna get checked. Okay. Now look, Danny.
I'm Danny.
Danny.
Yeah.
He is a world famous photographer, Alicia. I say world famous.
Hey, what do you mean? Shaking your head.
He's been all around the world. He's been all around.
Yeah.
You say what you want, bro. You know I'm gonna always give you your flowers while you're here, bro. For real. And
Appreciate y'all.
that's my little brother too, just like Chris is my little brother. At least my story, I'm not gonna tell my story, okay? But Danny,
I guess I could start. Huh?
yeah, go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
Go ahead, little bro.
So basically, my story is this, man. At 11, 10 years old, I wanted to be a singer. My voice started changing, and I wanted to get into rap music. I started getting into rap music. My cousins used to come in from California, and they put me up on Ice Cube, NWA, CIA, Fela Crew, all of that. But me personally, I didn't see nobody around where I'm from other than the Jacksons that did it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know about until later on that Denise Williams was from Gary. But my thing was there was this group called the Labels that was doing it real big. And that's not even how me and Danny got close. We got close after they broke off, and I was with a group called PIC, and he was with Captain Hook and what was it, the flight team?
Stuntman.
Stuntman, that's what it was. And the Stuntman. And he basically took me up under his wing and was like, man, he's like, you got something, you got this, bro. Anything you need, just let me know. And he taught me the whole business. From that point, I went on and met Greg. And when I met Greg, I was getting information from both sides. You know what I'm saying? I was getting information from TV side, and I was getting information from the music business side. So my whole story about the entertainment business where I'm at now came from Greg Gray and Daniel Metcalf. They pretty much took me up under their wing and basically showed me the business and taught me the business and taught me how the business is ran today. They both went off to do different things, what made me start thinking different outside of entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Getting into real estate, getting into my sister bringing me in with Keon and doing all of that. So my biggest, I ain't gonna say accomplishment, but my biggest part of my story actually starts with Daniel Metcalf and Greg Gray, because they're the ones that took me up under their wing.
I mean, I appreciate that little accolade, man, right there. You know, I don't like them though, but you know, Danny, tell everybody what you do though, man. You know, then don't be humble with it, bro, because you know I'll tell it.
Boy, you silly. Well, I could say, man, we got to teach our kids faith. A lot of them don't have faith, and when it comes to kids, they only gonna do what they see. And me starting in the music business is crazy. I'm doing exactly what I asked God that I wanted to do when I was a teenager and never knew he was going to take me the long way, or I just didn't figure it out. I always wanted to be a teacher at a black college. But in my neighborhood, kids wouldn't listen to nobody coming up in the 80s. And I was like, how are they going to listen to me? So I became a rapper. I couldn't even rap, but I knew they'd listen to a rapper. So I just happened to get good at it. And I started teaching, but I think I heard earlier somebody was saying the music business, boy. So I got married.
Imagine being a woman in the music business.
Oh no, man. So I seen right. You know, I seen a lot, and so I tried to walk away from it, be a family man, do that. But then I got a divorce and basically lost everything. And what I did was I started taking pictures with my phone. And like Chris say, our big brother Greg, he always there. I bought a camera. This is funny. This is crazy. I was dating somebody and I got a check out of the blue from when the market crashed. They just sent me a check and I was like, wow, I'm gonna buy a ring for this girl. So I went to the store to buy a ring, true story, and she was acting unappreciative. She didn't know I had this money. Now I'm making $250 a week, but I got this $1,200 check. I want to buy a ring, and she wouldn't appreciate it. So some said, you know what, go to Best Buy. So I said, hey, could you take me to Best Buy? I went across the street. I went on Facebook and I said, hey, what kind of camera I could buy? And one of my friends, rest in peace, he just passed away. His name is Chris. He was the first one to answer, buy this camera. So I bought the camera, started taking pictures, and Greg was like, hey, my son got a group. I said, I don't take pictures like that. I can't do that. He was like, nah, you gonna come, you gonna do this. I'm like, nah, Greg, I can't do it. So I met Greg, we took the pictures, and he paid me. I was like, I'm doing this for free. He's like, nah. So we were standing at the site, and he just started praying for me. He was like, you're going to be one of the biggest in the world. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. That was 7 years ago. I'm going to cut the story short. 7 years now, I've been traveling the world. Everything he prayed that was going to happen, I've done it. I done been to every place I ever dreamed of going and shot models all over the world. It's just been a blessing. It's just been a blessing.
Where you live at?
Things don't just
here in
happen.
Indiana.
You in Indiana? I ain't coming to Indiana. I'm just cold in Indiana.
No, we can do that. We can go. I gotta go back home anyway, sis.
I'll travel anywhere. Where you at?
I was just going to say we can go where
Miami.
we can all meet. We can all meet
I
up.
was just about to come to Miami.
Yeah, you was going to go to New York, bro. Let's keep it 100. You going to go to New York?
I ain't talking about driving to New York.
You get ready to drive in New York.
Because I
Can I
love
say
traveling,
this?
man. I got the bug.
Dude.
Can I say this?
Yeah.
I really think now, so I've never done retail, like I guess working directly with the public, but because I've always done the music business or content producer, if you tell them whatever. But I do want to say this. All of us that are on this podcast or whatever we're calling it, this conference, we're small business owners or we're entrepreneurs and business owners. We need to support each other. If Chris has some music, spend that $5, get it. If someone is in town and he wants to get your people together to shoot. If you are in town, I get people from Atlanta, the islands, they come visit me. Let's support each other. Let's market and promote each other. It's Christmas time. We know Walmart and Target is there. We know, Macy's is there. Buy from your neighbor. If your neighbor has a business, let's build Black businesses back up. Let's build entrepreneurship back up. Support each other, support each other, support each other. Because I know people will go and spend $10,000 at a plastic surgeon, but won't spend $2,000 with me to do the same thing with no pain.
Alicia, this is Alicia, I'm telling you, I mean, it's amazing that you say that just from sitting on this panel for an hour. We're on every single day, 7 o'clock to whenever, okay? And whenever somebody pops on, I'm definitely going to ask them, what do you do? What are you doing? And what do we do? At the end of this show, we always stay on a little while longer and network with one another, and we support one another. We definitely support one another. So that's a great thing. That's what we try to do, support. Okay, I've been in this game doing television for many years, all right? Danny took the best picture. I took him with me on a behind the scenes shoot that I was doing at a concert. He took the best picture that Rick Ross has ever taken. Period. All right, honestly, and I'm telling the truth. And from that point forward, when I saw that too, I was like, man, this is he getting ready to blow up. All right, period. And that's what he's done. People pay him to go outside of the country. They pay his flight, they pay his room, and everything. Okay, this guy from Gary, Indiana, who I don't even think was going to do photography. All right, I prayed on it for him because he wasn't praying on it for himself. I prayed on it for him.
And the crazy part, I didn't even bring this part up because he was already in the casino field. So when he said he was making $250 a week, I was like, "When was this, brother?"
Man, $250. I wasn't in. What happened? I lost my job at the casino in 2008, and I started working at Lear, where we made seats. So I was making like $10.50 an hour, and I was working at the casino one day just to pay, and then I had to pay child support. So it was like I could do. I used to make meals out of the dollar menu. It's so funny how I went from that to making six figures. And I tell these little young brothers, and that's why I always try to tell them, I try to be the flyest I can be, So when the young brothers see me and they see the dope dealer, they go, well, what do you do? And I said, man, I got faith in God. I do this. And then they go, oh, well, I want to do what you do.
Because you can
And
do the
that's
same
why I
thing.
do. And that's what I'm always, people like, you post a lot. I say, yeah, because I want all these little young brothers to see me. I got to catch them. I'm teaching.
Yeah.
And all I ever ask from them is the same thing Greg hit me with. Just teach the next man. You ain't got to give me no money. Just teach the next one. That's all I ever ask.
And that's the way I was taught. And that's the way I was taught.
Knowledge is the greatest
I'm gonna give you a quick story. And Lex, you probably remember this. So we at the craps table at Horseshoe, right? And I come in the craps table with a diamond watch and a diamond bracelet on at the craps table, right? And Lex tell me, bro, why you wearing that? Here. I was like, I just picked it up, man. I just put it on, man. I didn't want to leave it in the car. He's like, bro, they gonna think we making too much money, fam. You got to take that off. I was like, oh man, I didn't even think of it that way. But the reason that I wore jewelry at that time is still, well, I only wear it now when I'm performing, but only reason I wore jewelry at that time is because it attracted the younger people to me, like, what do you do? You know what I'm saying? And I can listen to you if you look the part.
They always, if you look the part, they'll listen to you.
You always look the part, they'll listen to you. And that's one of the things that Danny taught me. I keep wanting to call you Lex, man.
It don't matter.
Yeah, but and that's way going through the whole cycle of the entertainment business. Like I said, G and Danny, man, they taught me a lot, man. And what they taught me, I teach and pass on to other people. You know what I'm saying? All the time. Like G, you've been in the TV field for a while. And my sister, she used to work for, what was it? Time Warner?
Time Warner and Comcast.
And Comcast for like 25 years. You know what I'm saying? She was in that field. So, I mean, she's taught me a lot too. You know what I'm saying? About dealing with these corporations.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was only right for me to ask Danny and my sister Alicia to come on because they're a big part of my story.
It's funny, man.
That haven't even stopped yet. That's why I'll be like, Greg, we want to say something.
We ain't even got started yet. We still got stuff to do.
Exactly, because I tell Greg, we want to tell people what. I'll be like, Greg, just tell them I do entertainment, bro. That's all I want people to know. I don't want anything else but entertainment.
Danny, when I introduce Chris, I say, what do I say? I say radio personality, television personality, record label, record producer.
He's an entrepreneur.
I just throw a whole bunch of stuff out there.
Hey,
but
I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. Greg introduced me when I first started. Was at the radio station. And he introduced me. You don't even remember this. Greg was a little short black guy, and he taught me something right in that second. Greg was like, "Yeah, he's one of the greatest photographers out." Now, you know how we try to be, dumb ourselves down, and we go, no. And that man looked at me and he said, "Why did you say that?" This man was a multi-millionaire, and I was like, "What do you mean?" He said, "When somebody introduced you as this big thing, you're supposed to say, yes, that's who I am." He said, "You just blew an opportunity because if I wanted to work with you, you told me you wasn't the best."
If you don't believe it, then how do you expect me to?
Right.
So you need to walk in confidence, know your talent, skills, and abilities, know your worth. So when you walk up there and they commission you for your service, and you say, "Okay, that's not a problem. It's going to be $1.5 million."
Exactly.
And they go, "Woo!" And you don't budge because now you got the confidence and the fruit from your tree that has been born that this is what I do, this is what I provide, and therefore you can only respect it.
Right.
So you can't respect me if I don't respect myself.
Exactly.
Well, let me add this to it, because some of the times it's not that we don't respect ourselves. We don't want to let the person that's talking about us think that we have the big head.
No,
it's us being modest more than anything.
Right. He said, "Don't do that."
Yeah.
If you make those pies, I make the best damn pies.
And that's what I've learned. When someone else as long as I don't speak on it myself, if someone else speaks on it,
exactly.
you know what I'm saying? It's cool. If I speak on it, it's bragging. If someone else speaks on it, it's cool.
We got to get away from that.
Yeah.
Because other races do it all the time.
True.
But black people look at us like, oh, you bragging. No. I'm telling you what I bring to the table.
I think culturally, people of color, from our struggle, we evolved to not feel that we have the same place and position as our white counterparts. So I used to always say, working when I worked in corporate with Time Warner and Comcast, it was crabs in a barrel. And everybody was this one, instead of using each other to climb the ladder to get to the next place, it was more let me pull this person down. So I think, you know, like I had to tell someone the other day, it's very difficult for me to deal with racism and all that stuff at times because I grew up in such a diverse family. But when I worked, I grew up in a black neighborhood, a rough black neighborhood, and I had it rough. And I always noticed that instead of the girl next to me saying, hey, let's go to school together, I had to go to school by myself because she would rather see me be torn down than to walk with me and support me. When I was the kid when the kid that got picked on that had the snotty nose and the dirty clothes, I went home and asked my grandmother, hey, can I have some of my old clothes and give to her since I'm not grown? So we don't do that. I don't think people of color, for the most part, build each other up. And it's not our fault. It's not our fault. What is our fault is not growing. We have to grow. We have to evolve now to the next level to support Daniel. We have to absolutely be our own worst critic. And I have a hard time people personally. Laughing and joking with you guys is one thing, but like someone tells me I'm beautiful or pretty or smart, I just had an experience where I had to move out of my place of business. I had to move like a thief in the night because of something someone did to me. I wasn't moving like a thief in the night. It was just something that I had to do. And I had people come out and support me that were of all nationalities. But what touched me the most was my black sister who came and said, I got this. You sit over there. You hurt your back. You sit. And I literally cried because I wasn't used to that. I've always been the one I was raised to be the giver. You know, I'm okay with being a lender, not a borrower. But it's difficult when someone does something for you. We don't know how to accept that because we've never felt worthy culturally.
Yeah.
We have to evolve now to, like I said earlier, support each other. I don't support racism in any sense of the matter. I don't believe in it. I think if I cut Daniel, if I cut Greg, Chris, Jocelyn, we all gonna bleed red, but we all want green. That's the ultimate goal for people. As much money as you can get.
That's cool, Alicia.
Yes, Craig.
That is cool, okay. But you know, as you guys are talking, I'm sitting here thinking, you know, and Danny and Chris and Jocelyn and Alicia, you guys are all right. But you know, we have to start off by promoting ourselves. So we got to talk about ourselves at the beginning, okay?
That's been a difficult task for me to brag about myself or to say these are my accomplishments. I got magazine articles about me that people don't even know.
Yeah, one thing that I've done, like I've never bragged on myself. I just let my actions speak for itself.
But see, that's what I was going to say.
When I used to get on stage and perform, I just asked.
But this is what I'm going to.
No matter what they put me on at, I just go up there, and then when I get off, they like, "Oh man, you dope, you dope." I'll be like, "Thank you." That's all I say is thank you.
But see, that's the part that Alicia cut me off on. Thanks, Alicia. Cut me off. I'm joking. But I was going to say that after we've introduced ourselves, our brand has to walk on its own now. Okay, it has to do the talking. Okay, we shouldn't have to talk about it. Okay, and one of the models that we were given models the other day. Okay, but one of the models that I always say is that we walk in the door, we leave small footprints, and when we come out, we take small steps. I'm sorry, but we leave huge footprints. All right, so we walk in the room. Nobody knows us, all right? We've done networking, okay? But by the time we walk out the room, everybody knows who we are, what we do, our stature. We don't have to talk about it no more. Our brand has to speak for itself at some point.
And that was one of my things about when I moved to Vegas. Because when I moved to Vegas, every entertainer that came here, when they see me in the club, they be like, yo, what up, Mills? What up, Chris?
Mm-hmm.
And people be like, how you know them? I'll be like, I don't. We just cool. That's what I tell people, but not knowing that I did concerts with them back in Chicago, back in Indiana, doing all that. You know what I'm saying? That's what we were talking about earlier, G. That we were talking about being around people.
Yeah.
And people using you for the people that you are around. Mm-hmm. There's so many people that come to me to try to get to Alicia, to try to get to Lex for beats. And Lex, I'm not doing beats no more. Everything is about this camera right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'll be like, man, and I just tell them, I'll be like, yo, I tell them, you reach out to him. I can't put a word in for you. You know what I'm saying? You reach out to him, he lets you know, because I don't want to speak on Lex's behalf. Like, Lex, not doing beats, because Lex might be back in the groove of doing beats, because he's getting tired of hearing what's on the radio. So he was, hey, watch this. I got to put some of this old school playbook music out on these people.
Boy, you silly. You know what I learned? Because when I first started shooting, I had to get in the door, and everybody was shooting. And when you're a photographer, if you got good work, your stuff look like the next person have good work. I mean, it's just everybody basically the same. So what I knew is the music business. And I said, okay, I'm not going to market myself like a photographer. I market myself like a rapper. And I tell every little dude, and they say, well, how'd you blow up so fast? I said, because I market myself. I didn't market my pictures. I market me. You know what I'm saying? So they just wanted to shoot with me. Like all these women, they like, I want to shoot with him. They didn't care if I was shooting good or not. But what I noticed, people be like if you go in the interview, you can have the best resume in the world, but they tell you to sell yourself. You know what I'm saying? So people used to say, I let my work speak for myself. No, I speak for my work. My work just backed me up. That's my motto, always been that. I don't say I let my work speak. I say I speak for my work, but once you see my work, it backs me up. So I had to change my mentality to get into this lane, because them Caucasians, they getting that money. And even around my area, they say, well, you can't charge that much because you from Gary. I'm like, well, Jordans cost the same much in Gary as they do in New York. Exactly. So if I want to charge 300, I'm charging 300. And I tell like Alicia was saying, I tell everybody want to start a business, don't quit your job. Because when you quit your job, now you got to take any dollar they give you. Don't quit your job yet, and you can stand on your price. You see what I'm saying? So when people say, well, I'm not paying that much, I'm like, well, I'm not shooting. I still got a job. I'm still going to eat. You know what I mean?
That's what I said, Danny. I tell people, like, I used to do a lot of stuff at the beginning for free. But I tell people now, it costs me $3,000 just to pick my camera up. Let's turn it on, okay? You don't want it? I'm cool. I'm good.
What you shooting at, Greg?
Huh?
What you shooting at?
What do you mean?
She said, why are you picking up your camera?
I didn't hear you.
Why
are you picking up your camera?
Oh, what do I shoot with?
Yes.
I got quite a few cameras, thanks to Danny. I used to always call Danny and say, because I'm
asking y'all, because I've been going to put my little collection together. I
had some big cameras, but I called Danny, even down to the drone, okay? I called Danny. I said, Danny, is the Canon M50 a good camera to shoot with, okay? And Danny said, yeah, it's a good camera. It's all right. It's okay. Danny, is the Unique a good drone to shoot with? He said, you ain't got to go that big now like that. They got newer cameras. Danny would give me advice on that, okay? Because I was on TV. When I stepped back to get behind the scenes and start doing some music videos and some little short stories and this and that, I needed to know what I was doing. Now I was working it, you know, but right now I got about 4 Canon M50s that are beautiful. They work well. I got a let me look right quick. I got a Sony HDR FX that I shoot with. I edit with the with either the iMovie right off of Apple, and I got the Final Cut Pro that Danny told me to get a long time ago. So, but Danny told me something else too to get. But
Sony's great for video.
Huh?
But then Sony's great for video. But I guess what
do you have?
What you said earlier was to educate yourself.
Yeah,
exactly.
Here's
YouTube University.
Know what you're working with.
Here's the thing, Alicia. You can have the best camera in the world, okay? It all has to go to post, okay? It's what you do with it once you get all of that footage. It's what you do with it to create that story. All right, period. Yeah. That's what's gonna make people look at it, you know. I told Danny a long time ago. Danny don't take pictures. Okay?
I'll be right back, y'all.
Remember, I told you that he takes life. If you've seen some of Danny, look at Danny's. Look, that's what he started on, right?
This is all I use now, really.
Really, but he takes pictures. I
love iPhones now.
He's had women go out. Danny has taken pictures of himself walking all the way out onto this ice, and I told him, I said, bro, you got to be careful. He said, no, I got this. Walked all the way out on some ice, had his camera set up, and took some pictures and came back and got his camera. Okay,
I was terrified too.
I know you were. I'm like, he walking on that.
Cool though, weren't you? I know Danny Black walked out there all cool.
Oh, it was.
I walked cool, but I was paranoid.
Some of the best shots I've seen. He had this picture of this lady that was in the lake up to her nose. Okay, these women, they don't have a problem with taking pictures with him. Okay, he's had some family pictures, so he's just done everything. Okay, and I got to tell you this, Danny, because I've been wanting to get you on here for a minute just to tell you publicly with my hundreds of listeners, I'm so proud of you, brother. Okay, I prayed on your success.
Man, I love you, bro.
Dude, you know I love you to death, man. I've been knowing you forever. Okay, didn't get that interview when y'all was doing the rap, but, you know, it's all good. But I'm so proud of what you become. Okay, going from where you've been, the tragedies that you've had in your life,
man. If they only knew,
and to still come out of it, man.
Yeah, everybody's got stories.
Oh, he's had some tragedy. Okay, which we all have had some difficulties. Okay, but this man right here, man, boy. It's been ridiculous, but and actually, I'm Alicia, I'm proud of you as well. Okay, thank you for sharing your story with us. Okay, because we had a show where there were 4, and Jocelyn, I think you were there that day. 4 women, very, very powerful women, talking about their experiences, their triumphs, their tragedies, and what they've got to. Okay, and I'm adding you to that list. All right, both of you guys. Anytime I'm on Monday through Friday, y'all want to pop on, okay? You can, because we may have topics that we do, but we always go off topic, okay? And I love to support and tell everybody about other people's business. Jocelyn, how many times have I told about mine?
That's what Alicia was asking you, and you just evaded and skated and went every direction.
I know. I just don't, you know, I don't. I'd rather.
But when other people do it, you fuss at them.
You know me. I don't never talk about myself. I don't.
But you need to.
We can talk about it.
But Danny just gave you a whole lecture on it.
Proud of our accomplishments. You know what I mean?
I'm proud of our accomplishments, Alicia. I just don't.
But I don't know them, so it don't matter.
Look me up.
Okay. I'm just gonna go make a friend.
He is the man. I just say, man, my big bro is like.
We have, like I said earlier, it's very difficult for me still to accept help from people. It's difficult for me to, and as I said earlier, you got to grow every day. I mean, I work on a machine from Italy that I didn't know jack doodly about. I just know that it's this amazing thing, but I had to learn the technology. I had to learn when I'm working on someone, how it works with the nervous system, how it works to rejuvenate the skin, how it works with the lymphatic system. I had to learn all these things. You know, my clients, my girls work with them, but they come to me to get the education. But it's difficult for when someone says, wow, you're this and you're that. I still have a difficult time embracing, wow, who are they talking about?
That's why I have a
right.
That's why I deflect a lot, okay? But you can always look me up. I'm good. I just deflect because you know what? I want the show to be about everybody else and the listeners to get involved. So I mean,
but
it's
knowing about you is what makes people want to listen and makes people want to tune in.
That's why I got people on the panel. That's why I keep people on the panel. You got to, by the time you get to me, it's time to go. It's all good.
What town are you in, Craig?
Michigan.
It's too cold up there too.
Every place is cold. You in Miami? Come on now.
Right.
I got peoples up there though.
Okay, send them my way. They look good. Do they look like you?
Yeah.
They're a little lighter.
Lord have mercy.
I mean, I don't.
Well, I'm going to sign off, Greg. Alicia, it was a pleasure hearing your story, Danny, as always.
I want to know what you do too. We are still.
We're not going.
We know each other's Facebook, so
we're not going yet, Alicia and Danny. Okay, but
okay.
Jocelyn got a lot of stuff that she's doing right now. I mean, and you can look her up too. She got a lot of stuff going on. Okay, and I'm surprised she still has time to. You know, she's part of our panel, but I'm surprised she has time to stay on with us. But Jocelyn, appreciate you.
Jocelyn, keep it up, whatever you're doing. I'll find out.
I'm going to bed. That's what I'm keep working on my beauty.
She just fed.
And that water is important.
She just fed over 400. She just fed over 400. She just fed over 400 people.
Wow.
Through a consortium of things she's going through. So she just did a great thing for the past couple of days. She's been working hard. So I'm surprised she's still up. Chris told me to get off his sister.
See, he said he wasn't far. Yes, the prayer of Jabez. Indeed. Yes.
Changed my life. I suggest
into my territory.
I have that book.
I have it too.
It made me woke me up to so many things. And my sister, Chris' mom, Shirley, I love you, sweetheart, because you changed my life. And this will help us learn our worth because we don't know our worth.
Hey,
enlarge my territory.
Another good book to read that will help you. I'm telling you, it will help you so much. Is Dr. Seuss' Green Eggs and Ham. All right, now if you
don't start. Greg, don't forget December 10th, Chris.
I was just going to say that, Jocelyn. I was just going to say that The Shack. There's a movie called The Shack. You guys, we're going to have a discussion about that movie.
I've watched The Shack.
Don't say nothing about it.
What was the movie?
The Shack. December 10th. Okay. We're going to have a big discussion.
It's with Octavia Spencer, right?
Yes.
Yep. December 10th. Y'all want to come back on? Come back. We're going to be discussing that. That's been our homework for the past month. We have to watch The Shack, and then we're going to come back and discuss it.
I'm going to watch it again. I got to see where, I don't remember where I saw it, but I remember watching it. It was on HBO or something, I think.
Yeah.
So, watch it, Danny. Come on back, man. Danny, make sure you watch it.
Okay.
All right. Blessings and love, everybody.
Jocelyn, go to bed.
Good night, Jocelyn.
Good night.
So you two, again, anytime that you guys want to come on here and hang out. Chris is coming back in a second, so I'm gonna try to hang out until he gets on. But Nicole, this is Alicia. Earlier I said there's a young person who always listens to the show every day. And she's got a lot of stuff that's going on in her life, okay? And as a lady who's an entrepreneur, who's a model, okay, Nicole's going through some things, okay? Can you give her some advice? I don't want to say what she's going through, but she's going through things in life. I mean, life is hitting her hard. Give her as a woman, can you give her some advice?
Well, Nicole, I can tell you that no matter what you're going through, just have faith, stay strong, and remember to love yourself through the process. Because once you lose that faith and you're not taking care of yourself, you can't take care of anything else or anybody else. So stay strong. You can message me. I'm on Facebook. They know they can tell you if you need some words of comfort. I'm here. You know, just stay strong. Life is, Chris knows part of what I just went through, but I don't wear it. I don't wear it because I'd rather be 6 feet up instead of 6 feet down.
Absolutely.
And
it was one of those.
it
was one of those situations.
Huh, Chris?
I said it was one of those situations where I was about to catch a flight. It was one of those type situations.
Yeah. And people try to paint me out to be something that I'm not. Absolutely. Love yourself. Me, myself, and I.
Yeah.
From the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, and then everything else will reflect from there.
Absolutely,
so Nicole, stay strong. Love yourself. Make sure you watch your circle. That's important. Because God sits high, looks low, the devil's trying to show up, and he always reveals himself. So Chris, you know that's just what I went through. And now I'm in a position now because God closed that door, but every window in the room open.
Look at you. You air it out, ain't you?
That's right. Every window in the room open. I was like, wait, hold on, what? Oh,
she got all of it. Air it out.
So sometimes you gotta go through that darkness to see that sun. He's gotta always have a plan. He got jokes too. His jokes get on my nerves, but he got a plan. Whatever that plan is, Nicole, you'll find it. It'll come up.
Yes, it will. And I mean, we have to, as men, we have to protect these women out here too, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? But men, we get away from the protection of women like we supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like we saw our grandfathers do with our grandmothers. You know what I'm saying? That type of situation. And we have to be strong for them, and vice versa. They need to be strong for us also. You know what I'm saying? And it's normally
support isn't always what we think.
Yeah, and it's normally the women strong for the men, and the men like, well, thank you, and keep moving instead of giving that love back. You know what I'm saying? And that protection back, I should say. So that's another thing we got to start doing as men. Cause Daniel, man, I got to tell you this too, D. When you go live, bro, I tune in every time, bro, because I learn something new. Every time you get on live, I tune in, and I learn something new every time I tune in, bro. Like that in itself should be a show.
But see, there's a lot of people that pop on and tell these little things and this and that. But see, Danny keep it 15th Avenue and
Hey, look, I was gonna hit Danny up and be like, man, you and G need to, man, that needs to be a show. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be wilding out, man.
Hey, I thought they was gonna get you today.
Yeah,
it's truthful
today. I thought they was gonna get me too, man. But I was just like, it comes from meeting a lot of people. You know, I shoot a lot of women, so I hear a lot of stories.
Mm-hmm.
And it just came from recently, you know, because everybody know I was dating somebody, but I'm not dating her anymore. And it just was like, you know what? I'm gonna talk on this. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people like listen to me. So I said, okay, let me talk on this since when I'm driving, I really could go live. Like they're gonna pull me over one day because I cut the light on in the car. I be all on the highway, and certain things I just say because as men, we're scared to turn women away. So we're not gonna say certain things that they'll say to us because we're always gonna be on to them. But as men, we like, nah, I don't want to say that because then women ain't gonna like me. But I'd be like, well, we gotta say it, but don't be mean about it. But say certain things was on our heart because we do have feelings too. And a lot of times nowadays, a lot of these women want us to be so hard that we don't have no feelings. And it's like, okay, sometimes I do want to cry, but I can't because she gonna call me soft. My brother gonna call me soft. I'm like, I need an outlet. So you'll see me if I'm on live. If I shed a tear, I'll shed a tear. I'm like, what you gonna do? You can't do nothing to me.
Right.
You know, so that was today's thing. It was just like, man, I'm so sick of this. Let me say something.
It's something you said today, bro, that made me like rethink everything. And that's when you said going through the journey with a new person or going through the journey with something new, period. Because a lot of people be like, man, I don't want to go through that journey of this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? When I'm used to this, I'm used to doing it. what I'm saying?
People fear new things.
Yeah,
Everybody's scared to start over.
Exactly.
See, I had to start over so many times.
Go ahead.
Man, I done lost homes, families, cars, and
I don't like it.
yeah, I don't
but
like
I
it.
feel it.
Right. But when we do,
It
and you
happens.
know you can, and you got the faith, you could do it. But we are saying something bad because we comfortable, and we'll say, nah, I don't want to do that. Prime example with me.
Fear is
I
a
was
greater
like, man,
emotion than love. Fear.
right. I was like, I don't want to let this go because I'm comfortable with her. I know her like the back of my hand. Then I said, you know what? I just gotta be what it gotta be then. You know what I mean? And I ain't gonna lie. I asked God, I said, God, whatever's supposed to be in my life, let it be in my life. And if not, then you know it ain't. That same day we broke up. The exact over nothing. It was like I didn't even say that. And we haven't spoken.
It didn't matter. It wasn't even planned. That was all part of God's plan.
Right.
That's,
and that's what I said.
He always got jokes.
Got them jokes.
Like you could have kept that one.
Right. I'm like, I'm on Thanksgiving alone. Like, that's some bull. I thought I was gonna be. Huh?
You know what? You know what else got jokes?
What? Here we go.
Everybody, whoop. Woo! Ooh, yeah. All right. Woo! Where's your mama?
Yo, what's up? We watching DopelivenTV. What you watching?
Yeah.
Hey, you know I can't laugh. I can't laugh at
both
that
of my guys.
You know I can't laugh at that no more, bro.
Huh?
I can't laugh at that no more. With my granddaughter being born yesterday.
Don Richie.
Yeah, that's Don Richie.
That was Don Richie.
Oh, why you didn't tell me?
I just she told me yesterday that she had it.
Just tell her don't
pictures today.
Tell her don't be throwing the baby up in the ceiling fans.
I just got the pictures today.
Chris, I'm getting my new place. Well, you know I got the new shop, the two new locations.
Chris, we're getting our new place.
Huh?
I told Chris we're getting our new place.
Oh.
Can I put a studio? Can I put a studio in your house?
Boy, y'all silly.
Okay.
I'm there. I'm gonna give
my whole place is where I live. The whole place is a damn studio.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, look, I will bring my green screen with me. All right.
So wait, I'm gonna show you my new location. So you'll get the gist of it.
It's up or down.
Lifestyles of the rich and famous.
Is it up or down?
Oh, I love that view already. Danny, there go your picture spot right there.
I'm looking at that view like I'm about to jump on the flight.
Dude.
See that?
Oh, it's over.
I'm scared of heights.
See that building right there?
It's over.
Okay.
See the build? Can you see the orange building?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's where my new location is. One of them.
Okay.
Okay, that's a beautiful view.
So basically you're saving gas. You saving gas now. You just walk right across now.
Well, no, the doctor's office that we're partnering with is about 15 minutes away. 15 minutes away. But the mini location is right here in the building. That's what I said. God got jokes because where I was, I'm sorry, guys. I think I lost you. Hold on. Where I was, thank you, Nicole.
I think I know Nicole.
Nope, you got that cool. Where I was, I always felt like I was being constrained, like I was just being constricted. And I knew that wasn't where I was supposed to stay. Chris and I talked about it. And I just knew in my heart it wasn't where I was supposed to stay. But I left unexpectedly. And as I was leaving, the people here said to me, everybody's coming and asking me for you to take over the whole spa area. I'm like, what? Because I have clients in the building. And it's 800 people in this complex. So people had gone, downstairs and spoke to the owners and said, hey, we want her to bring her spa here. I don't know these people are doing this. I went downstairs to talk about my apartment. See how guys work?
Sis, what did I tell you? What did I tell you when I was there? What did I tell you when I was there? What did I tell you when I was there? I said I was like, right here is the perfect spot for you.
Yeah.
That's when we came from.
I went downstairs to go renew my lease at another. I wanted to change my apartment, and the guy said, her name's Charlene. Charlene's been down here. This one's been down here. That one's been down here. Why don't you take the spot? They told me your website. We've been watching you, so we know what you do. Oh, okay. I've been living here 10 years. I knew that this was going to be where I'm going to run my business. Not only are they allowing me to bring my business here, they've asked me to take over events, anything to do with wellness, anything to do with health. They want me to bring yoga, Tai Chi, whatever. They're like, hey, you handle it. So God was laughing, saying, just chick. Don't worry about it. Just don't worry every day dealing with these crazy folks I'm dealing with. And he shut that door. He didn't just shut it. He slammed the door. Slammed the door. And by the time I woke up the next morning, the paperwork for the new building was here. Was in my hand. And I just about said yes. The deposit was like this. What I pay monthly now is about a third of what, and I can do whatever I want. I got my steam room, I'm like, what? They're like, here you go. I'm like,
that's the other thing.
Famous.
And that's the other thing about it. You know what I'm saying? It's more convenient to you. And when I told you when I was there, I was like, something better, because when the old boy did what he did, that brought you in.
People did the same thing.
Yeah, and I was like, just watch your back, sis, because if they're not going to give you everything, they're going to try to find a way to get your machine because that's what they want.
And that's what they tried to do. And you would have been so proud of me, Chris, because I did not go Philly.
Well,
I was show out, and I showed up.
proud of you, because normally I get a phone call and be like, yo, flight is booked. I need you to come on out here real quick.
Come bail me out.
Yeah, when I hear that, I'll be like, oh, okay, I gotta go to GI Chris now.
Oh,
Man, you made it. You made it in life when you got just a separate page for Cash App request. Everybody, my niece just Cash App me a second ago. I'm calling you out. She requested $15. Open Cash App to approve, and she wants it for some food.
Bruh, they think Cash App to me is a credit card.
Dude.
I'm like, hello?
That's why I raised my goddaughters that you bet God bless the child that has his own. I'll give you the cherry on top, but you're going to build your damn Sunday.
That's as bad. I got a page of I got a whole.
So what's the Cash App, Greg? Because I need to know, since you just said what is it? Let me add you. Hold on.
Okay, I said they're requesting. You can add yourself to the request list. Don't mean you get it. All right. I'm just saying.
Well,
hey, but hang out there as long until it expires and see if you notice. Maybe you'll hit by accident or something.
I don't know, Alicia, what you need. I mean, Alicia, what you need? I got you. What you got? What you need? How much you need?
I don't think Cash App go that high.
Greg does. Depending on.
So,
hey, Danny, she got real hair.
I see her. She's gorgeous.
Real hair.
Thank you, Daddy. You said I could get some real hair. Girls got real hair, ladies. I grow edges naturally.
She got that stuff you can. You don't have to. It's not Yaki number 5.
You can pull it and it don't fall out, and it's natural. No chemicals.
You can run your hands through it, and you ain't gonna throw up if you catch a track. You know what I'm saying?
Oh Lord.
But you know what? It's nothing wrong with it, because I don't want to make it seem like there's anything wrong with it. But I was raised that a woman's hair is her crown.
Yeah, that's what I do. I make fun of people.
So that's cool. I tease my godchildren all the time. My goddaughter's ponytail, she was on Instagram doing all this and all. I said, "Hey, boo, guess what? Auntie's hair is natural and she does the same thing. So she's like, okay, Auntie, so you got jokes? Yes, it's not jokes. I'm serious. Roll your hair.
There you
Take
go.
care of yourself. Roll your hair.
Hey, Chris, you think these two can handle 745?
I know. Yeah, for sure. I know they can.
I know Danny
both of them can. Danny can for sure.
745 on Dopeliven TV Live.
Dopeliven TV Live goes to Dopeliven After Dark. So we talk about everything.
But you know me. I do it on my live.
Hey, look, he put it out there already. So
Can I talk about anything right now this second? Because I have a question.
Yeah.
Outside of the
oh, now we got restrictions.
Outside of
the,
hold on. I said outside of the breast implant she talking about trying to get.
We're gonna still have to talk about that, but go ahead.
That one. Go ahead, though.
Okay. So I'm recently, I guess maybe not, I consider myself a widow because my fiance and I were supposed to get married the week that he passed away. And now the aura that I'm putting out to a degree is that I'm coming out of it and I'm preparing myself to date. I have a couple gentlemen that are interested in me, but they don't understand that I don't give them the time. Well, three. One sent me a picture of his member. That was the end of that conversation. I'm like, dude, we just talking.
And how old was he?
50.
And do I know him?
No.
Shut up.
No, I was just asking. Okay, go ahead, continue.
One, he got us married in a relationship or whatever. And then the other one is like, I've known you forever and I want to be okay. I hear all of that. But when you're talking to me and you're only talking to me in terms of what you need and what you want, instead of saying, what's going to make you happy? Or even just picking up the phone and calling me and saying, are you okay? What's going on with you? Because see, I'm an independent woman. My grandmother raised me to have my own. But part of the reason why I'm not married now, thank you, Nicole. Part of the reason I'm not married now is because my ex-husband didn't realize what I needed a man for. I needed a man that I could love and support and be his queen, but I wanted a man that knew how to be a king.
I gotta answer.
The reason before you answer this, G, and the reason she don't have a boyfriend now is because I wasn't allowed to have it.
Okay, I gotta answer.
He's very protected.
2 words.
So
2 words.
I guess because I'm.
She ain't gonna let me say my 2 words.
I don't know what's going on with dudes now. Like I'm like, okay, I listen to guys for 7 years, but like, what's up? Like I don't like no soft man, and I don't like a man that.
I got 2 words for you.
His empathy and concern is about what he can get from me, not what he can give to me.
At least
and
2 words.
Because I
2 words, Alicia. Welcome.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, you silly little mug. That threw me all the way off.
Oh no, I knew it. Cause see, this is my thing. This is my thing. Like I always tell sis people gonna come at you about what you have, and I'm not even talking about it in the physical form. What you have and what you have done and what you're known for. I tell them guys are looking at that because they're looking for a come up. Now, with some guys out there that can match your come up, but they don't want to match your come up as giving it to you, matching it. They want to match, well, I'm doing this, you doing that, you figure it out, I figure it out, but we're in a relationship and that don't work. You know what I'm saying? You have to really, and I always told you this, since Alan passed away, I always told you this, that you have to find someone that's going to compliment you.
I mean, can I say that I'm really, like, since this last year and a half, I've been really enjoying my relationship with myself, and I've been really so it's really difficult for it's difficult for me to get into a relationship if it's not going to be fulfilling. And my relationship with God has increased and grown leaps and bounds in this last couple years, last 2.5 years, and I'm loving it. I don't care. I mean, if someone doesn't believe in God, that's their choice.
And you know,
choice.
It's one of those situations too. Like I had to go through it. You have to heal through the past. You know what I'm saying? When you used to being with someone for 10 years, you know what I'm saying? And you have to get that out your system. You just can't jump right into something new because it's not going to work out. You're always going to
do that anyway. You know that.
No, I'm just talking
for a year, but it's a difference losing someone to death than breaking up with someone. Because
y'all going about it wrong. Y'all going about it wrong.
Like, I'm gonna run you over with the bus.
You're going about it wrong.
And back up.
Get a midget. Get a midget. Get a midget.
Get a midget.
Yeah, that cuts out half your problems.
You know what? You silly boy.
There's some advantages to that too. But anyway,
I ain't in that.
Hey, this is the normal conversation.
This is
Alicia, how tall are you?
5'10" and a half.
5'10"
and a half.
Jesus Christ.
And I weigh 135 pounds.
I'm too short.
I'm 6 even.
I'm 5'10".
Chris, go sit down, Chris.
My phone just said it's time for bed.
The show over. The show over.
Exactly. The Jory. Is it Dr. Jory Lynn or is it
Dr.
Jory?
Dr. Jory Lynn.
Dr. Jory Lynn, absolutely. Because I want to be, not because I gotta be.
Right.
Yeah, when you stood up, the show was over.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those situations.
That's my inside out. That's what I'm saying. You gotta live right inside out.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where you have to, like you said, you don't have to be in the situation that you're in. If you wanted somebody, you can have somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's the same way it goes for me. Because, hey, G, if old girl was on right now, my sister would have been on her head.
The sex doula?
Yeah, nah, the other one that was trying to hide through the joint.
Oh, Amber, or whatever her name was.
Whatever her name was, my sister would have been on her head.
Woo, Alicia.
I'm doing it like
and
that.
hey, look, sis, and she in
you're
Florida.
missing some shows, bro. You need to stay. You need to stick with this one.
Oh,
and she in Miami. She was trying to shoot her shot through the joint, and I'm like,
dude, it was ridiculous, Danny. She was coming at Chris. Didn't care what I said. I'm telling her chill out. I even talked about her, and she was like, "Well, Chris Mills needs to just come to Texas." And
no, it was Florida.
Florida,
Miami.
Yeah.
It was Miami.
They say now you try to get flued out.
Dude, she wanted him to come after the show on a red eye. Go there. She was going to wear him out. She said.
I'm like,
I want to know what she paying for the flight.
Nah, she wasn't paying for the flight. She ain't got no money.
Oh, well, she ain't running bad enough because she got the pay for the transportation to pick it up. You gonna be a bad
It was nothing but talk. It was nothing but talk.
Yeah, you gotta pay.
Hey, sis, you know how I do with talk. I just look at them like they crazy and just say thank you and keep moving.
Oh, but you know what I do with the talk that these people do on here? It turns into material for me. All right. Okay.
Oh, I shot that too.
Yeah, it turns into material. We had a good time with that one. For 2 days, she was shooting a shot. Then she tried to come back on and be educated.
Oh my goodness.
She tried to come back on and be real.
If I had showed you the inbox, you'd be like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, he showed me the inbox, and I was like, "Why? Oh, I shouldn't have said that shit out." Damn.
That was silly, man.
Y'all got me about correct. That's all.
No, it was bold enough. It was like you and the old boy is sending the pictures. I got videos.
Ridiculous.
I'm good.
I even tried to stop her from doing it, okay? And she just kept on. So I was like, you know what? We're gonna turn this show into the Chris and whatever her name is show.
What people don't understand about me, that don't turn me on. If I was in my 20s and 30s, I probably would have been like, okay.
Chris,
but this is the whole thing.
Not that. I don't think you would did it.
No, not that. But
what did I start this whole thing off with as far as like getting back on a little bit on a serious note? Loving me, myself, and I. So she clearly not liking or loving one of those three. And she disrespected herself and put herself out there like that.
Yeah, it was ridiculous, and like I said, I tried to save her, help her save herself, but you know, you can't help nobody that don't want to help themselves. So I just
That's true.
say what she was gonna say. I knew what Chris. That's my little brother. I knew what Chris was gonna do. You know, which
Nothing. Look at like she crazy.
he did nothing. He did nothing. He did absolutely nothing. You know, and he just kept on. The more he did anything, the more sexier he became to her. Okay.
Oh wow.
But some women like that though. Say hi.
But that's what people don't understand. I turned down a lot.
Hey, they bring
I'm good.
Chris, they bringing animals up.
Same kind.
I know. Yeah, I knew they had the same. I knew that.
Greg, you stupid.
Is that a Maltese?
Say hi. A Bichon.
Oh, okay. It's a Maltese.
This is a glass cleaner.
Say hi, Abby. Say hi.
Boy, you silly.
This is my homeboy David. Sunflower seed.
You don't let me do anything, man.
I can't forget, so maybe I can get extra, a little bit extra. This is a core.
All right, we want that sponsorship, David and Core. The sponsorship. Anybody out there listening?
This is perfectly balanced pH water, so y'all know.
And what's the pH in Core? What's the pH? Is it natural or is it manufactured?
This is natural. It is naturally purified water. Natural. It's good stuff. Y'all need to check, because that's how we do on Dopeliven TV live. We get to the core of the situation.
And what's the pH?
Pretty hot, damn it.
I don't know, but it's water.
Pretty hard, damn it. Frank Summers says, like Richard Pryor said, it's only two pieces you're going to remember: your first and your last. All the rest don't matter or count.
Okay.
That's not true. That's not true. I remember some in the middle.
The first one matters.
I remember the first one.
The rest of them, I don't care. So
I remember the first one.
I get to the right one. No, I can't say that.
I remember the last one.
I love you all. I love all of my exes.
It's a couple
Yeah,
in the middle.
how many were there?
They're all in Texas, huh?
How many were there?
That's
How many
actually
were
true for me.
How
I
many?
remember the first and the last.
How many exes live in Texas?
Lisa, I am 59.
All of them.
I am 59 years old. I've had a lot.
How?
59.
All right. Black don't crack.
Don't crack at all.
I feel like I gotta go in the room now and say like it's grown folks talking. Everybody on here 50 except for me. I gotta go in the room. How about the baby?
52, baby.
You're the baby of the bunch. Both of you. All of y'all children.
Man, please. I'm 52.
Still a child.
You baby. You the middle child.
Still a child. I
You the
love,
middle child.
but I love my position.
Oh, Danny, you weren't on when my sister gave her age. She 55.
Oh, that's what's up. That ain't nothing. That's a baby.
No,
You lucky I ain't tall.
I thought
I'd be on a flight.
you said
No,
I
she
ain't even
50.
start my life yet.
Chris.
I got so much more to do.
Who, me?
Chris, let me ask you a question. Would it be okay if Alicia said yes, if I could take your sister out?
I had to
He
think
asked
on that.
permission.
Yes.
I had to think on that. I got to think on that.
I'm a good guy.
It's not about being a good guy. You my brother. That's my sister, man. It don't say
All right, well, we're going to take it off the table then.
you my brother. Well, no, because the thing about it is one of those situations too where it could be like, I know you. You see what I'm saying? I ain't gotta worry about who it is. So, but she normally do what she want to do, and then she tell me about it, and then she's like, "Fill old boy out." So,
I just gotta, like if it, I'm still old fashioned, man. I gotta ask permission. If it's a relative, it's not. I had to have permission first, but she happens to be on here. I should have muted her out, but I'm asking permission. So Alicia, now I'm asking you. I'm coming to Miami. May I take you to dinner?
Yes. You like to eat? Because I like food.
Yeah, I like to eat. Yeah.
Okay. I'm a pescatarian 90% of the time, but I love good food, and I'm a great cook too. So.
Hookatarian?
Fish.
Pescatarian.
Oh, pescatarian. Okay. All right. No, I like fish. I like salmon especially. Salmon is my favorite.
Hey, just don't take them. Hey, just don't take them to that spot that we went to, sis.
Nah.
Don't take them to that spot.
For real, I'm definitely coming.
Okay, I'll definitely be here.
My
Be down
time,
on Collins.
my time is free. I can go whenever.
You know about Collins, Danny?
Miami
Danny
used to be my favorite spot when I started traveling around the world.
Danny goes everywhere. I don't think it's a spot he hasn't touched. That didn't sound right. That didn't sound right, Danny. I'm sorry. I don't think there's a place that he hasn't gone.
Man, I love Miami.
What's your favorite place to go in Europe?
Paris.
Paris is my number 3.
What's your
Portugal
favorite?
is my number 1.
Portugal.
Albufeira.
Okay.
My number 1.
How long did you live over?
Which place?
When they had
In
you over
Paris?
there? Yeah.
Almost 2 months.
Oh,
But
okay. Boy, they had you
I've
over
been
there.
to Paris like 5 times, but
Yeah, my favorite place to go is Target. It's French.
Boy, you ain't nothing wrong with Tajay.
It's French.
Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
You can do a lot
Tyra
there.
Banks shop at Tajay all the time.
Hey, you do a
can
lot
I
there.
say something?
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
Ladies, if you're going to wear a label, wear your own.
Mm-hmm.
I carry nice bags, but I can't say, I get so tired of seeing people they just got to wear Fendi all over their body or Louis Vuitton all over their body. They're not making no money with them. My t-shirts, when I wear my shirts just keeping it all natural. I went to the airport when I came back from California and Vegas with Chris, and I went through the airport, and I'm just saying, I just put it up because you made me think when you said Tarjay, I'm like, and everybody wants to wear these labels. Wear your own.
Wear your
Make
own.
your own style.
That's what I do.
We're buying well and all that, but don't forget, people that are out there starting their companies, you are a brand. Like my spa that I have downstairs, a brand. Dopeliven get
my own brand. Flu.
And other thing what I tell people is, if you're gonna wear somebody else's brand, make sure that it's somebody else of your own kind brand. If you're gonna do something, be somebody different. Where it's black companies out here that has brands that just as much, cost as much, and all that.
Look at you, boy.
I am with you. What's the I am?
I am free.
That's what I'm saying.
This
Amen.
is Juneteenth by my friend Lachey Kelly. It's her brand. Flu is my brand.
Y'all better go to DopelivenGear.com and get my brand.
You know,
go there.
Hold on.
That's all I wear. Black folks.
I ain't never put it out there like that, okay? But I'm gonna put it out there. We talking about it. www.gear.com. Okay, go in there. Y'all can live dope. Okay, trust me. You're living dope. Get involved with the dope living lifestyle. It's a good thing.
I'm about to snatch some up. I'll be presented on my live.
I already know, dude. Already, Danny. Seriously, you ought to become a part of this panel, man. You don't clap on here every between 7 and 8 o'clock, 9, but between 7 and whatever time we get off, man. Get on here, man. We would love to hear your opinion about every subject that we talking about, bro.
Man, I know how to do it now. I was a little nervous. I didn't know, little bro hit me up, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. But I was saying, how do I do this? I was on this since 6:59.
So I'm gonna tag you. There we go.
Oh, that's dope.
There we go. I saw her in there trying to put it on. She didn't get a chance to put it on though. I saw you.
Okay, Alicia. Hey, send me some of them those little dope little hotties down there in Miami.
What height? What's the height? What's your
it don't matter. I'll be like Russell Simmons and Kimura.
Right. Absolutely. Hey, y'all, look. It's 9:13. It's 9:13. We about to roll, okay? But look, I appreciate you, Alicia, for getting on here. Danny, Black, my little brother. Hey, man, this is an honor to have you on here with us, dog. Anytime you guys want to come on again, 7 o'clock, Dopeliven TV, 7 o'clock Central, every day. Monday through Friday. No Saturdays, no Sundays, but Monday through Friday, we here. We talk about everything, all right? But I want to say, honestly, okay, if you don't live your dream, then you live in a nightmare, okay? This is what you're supposed to do. We are prime examples. Everybody's been on here for this whole week has been a prime example of living their dreams. Everybody here is an entrepreneur. They've gone through things, tragedy, triumphs, okay? But look where you're at now. 2020 has been a bitch, okay? Okay, but where are we at? We're still here. We're still thriving, okay? And I appreciate you guys for coming and sharing your stories, all right? And again, you guys are welcome. Chris Mills, little bro, you know how we do, always.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, we ain't
Thanks
staying.
for having me, guys. I still want to finish next time we talk, I want to finish up my guy conversation because I need my own perspective. I didn't really grasp all of that.
Oh, you ain't got to leave. We can still talk about it.
Still talk about it. All I got to do is
sleepy. I'm going to go walk my dog and go to bed. I need my beauty sleep.
All right, look, I forgot.
It's 10 o'clock for me.
10 o'clock your time.
Oh,
yeah. It's wind down. I got to meditate, pray, walk dog, watch face, all that fun stuff.
Handle your business, okay? But
yes,
we appreciate everybody that tuned in today, and we'll be back Monday. You guys enjoy your weekend. It's Greg DopelivenTV Live. That's Alicia Lerer. Is that how you pronounce it?
Greg. Perfect.
Okay,
thank you, Greg. Thanks for having me, though. On the seriousness, thank you.
All day long, anytime. Okay, that's Danny Metcalf. We call him Danny Black. Okay, that's my little brother Chris Mills. All right, it's DopelivenTV Live, y'all. We will see you guys Monday. Peace out.
Peace.